What's good, y'all? It's your boy Def Finesse, back at y'all with another TDF perspective.
It's to die for.
Alright, look, one thing I'm beginning to realize more and more as a so-called black man in this country, really a Ghanaian man in this country, is that these women, specifically the so-called black women, you're not really supposed to take her too seriously. As a matter of fact, I don't even think they don't even take themselves seriously. You know, when you just look at the amount of things that come out of, the amount of nonsense that come out of their mouths, you know, the amount of times they'll throw you under the bus for that white man, that so-called white man. You know, you have to just make your assessment. You got to peep the game. You got to just come to the conclusion that, look, she's been corrupted. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And not just the so-called black woman, really just any woman in the American society that adheres to the feminism principle. You know, so I say that to say that, you know, when you're dealing with these women, you got to be very, very, very careful. Careful with them and then careful with yourself. You need to be very careful with yourself in regards to, you know, you taking them seriously. Anyway, I say all that because we're about to use this video as a backdrop. This is a segment off of the Steve Harvey show they used to be on, the talk show they used to be on, called Ask Steve. And the question is, can you twerk? So let's just go ahead and watch this. I'm going to chime in.
Now, Wendy has a question about twerking.
Hi, Steve. So we all know that twerking is a new dance craze. So I saw a story about a girl the other day.
Before she even hold on. Before she even starts talking about twerking, let's just see what we're working with. Let's just see. Now, honest question, guys. Would you want any woman of any race that's built like this, with this body build, would you want them to twerk on you? Just think about that. I already know my answer. My answer is hell no.
Dance craze. So I saw a story about a girl the other day.
But it's sad because Steve has built his entire brand off of catering to the woman, you know, specifically the so-called black woman. So obviously, you know, being women, when they start to concoct, you know, little silly ideas, instead of checking them, he's forced to actually entertain it. You know, he's got to sit up there and really be funny. But it's really quite sad.
22 years old, kindergarten teacher, quit her job to record twerking videos full-time. So I'm thinking about
let's go back.
quitting my job, twerking videos full-time. So we all know that twerking is a new dance craze. So I saw a story about a girl the other day, 22 years old, kindergarten teacher, quit her job to record twerking videos full-time. So I'm thinking about quitting my job, shutting down my business to pursue twerking full-time. How do you think I should market my business?
Look at this, like, she's thinking about quitting her job, shutting down her business to pursue twerking. So obviously this lady she probably has some kind of business degree, you know, college experience. She went through the education system in this society. You know, she had all different types of teachers. She was put in different situations. She had to do all this stuff to get that degree. Yet here she is standing up here asking this silly ass question, or putting forth this silly ass sentiment. I'm going to quit my job to pursue twerking full time. And these are the same women that'll turn around and complain and wonder why so many, you know, men of different races, specifically the so-called black man, don't take them seriously. I mean, just listen to what's coming out of your mouth.
Are you crazy? What's happening today?
I mean, Steve can't even take this serious.
The 22-year-old that was the kindergarten teacher that does these videos full-time, it's profitable?
Profit of making over 6 figures.
She's making over 6 figures?
Yes.
She's 22. Can I ask you how old you are?
33.
Even she, you can look at her and tell she feels stupid.
You told this to your mama yet? Have you told this to anybody you're related to? Can you twerk?
Yes.
Here's a moment of truth, man. You already know she just wanted an excuse to just twerk on Steve Harvey. There's no way she's serious about this. Oh, you never know. I mean, some of these women are so delusional. She might just be. Man, if you don't go sit your big back ass down. What? Just look at the audience members' faces. Look at this. Your fellow sisters are like, are you serious?
Well.
Look at her face right here. Oh man, some people are just so delusional, man. I hate to do it to you, brothers, but let's just watch this one more time. So look at her. She walks up looking at him. She walks up looking at him like, I'm about to show you just the best twerking you have ever seen. I mean, you might leave your wife for me. This is what she's probably thinking in her mind. Keep in mind, she don't even have an ass. She tried to walk up snapping her fingers. Steve is backing up like, get the fuck out of my face. You know, it's sad because she has her own business and everything. So by society standards, you know, she's educated. You know, she would probably classify herself as strong and then independent. But look at where her mind is at. And these are the same women that they will strategically place in authoritative positions over the so-called black man in these different environments, specifically the workplace. Think about this. Your boss right now, she's a so-called black woman. She probably thinks up goofy shit like this 24/7. Even her fellow black women, so-called black women in the audience can't take her seriously.
Well, what do you currently do for a living?
I have a mobile notary business.
Don't quit your job. Think you finna make 6 figures doing this. You hear me?
Okay.
Now, you seem like a really bright young lady. You just had a moment. That's all. Just had a moment. That's all it was.
Nah, that's not no moment, Steve. This is 24/7. And you know, honestly, see, this channel is all about tireless, deft finesse as it pertains to the so-called black man. I'll bet money that Steve understands this. You know, he knows that this is not just no moment, but like I said earlier, his audience, his entire fan base, his entire brand is geared towards the so-called black woman and just women in general. So, you know, idiotic things like this, he has no choice but to entertain it. You know, he made his money, but I mean, essentially, he sold his soul doing this.
I was just a little.
Look at her, walking away, smiling and laughing and shit. She just wanted to just twerk. That's all.
Baby, you can actually twerk. You was twerking. I ain't.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and listen to him lie to her. But yeah. that's all I wanted to say, brothers. When you out there, when you in these different dynamics, make sure first of all, if you're forced to have to, cater to a woman or be under the jurisdiction or the authority of a woman, just put everything in its proper perspective. Don't take her too seriously. Obviously, don't go out of your way to disrespect her, because she feels like you're disrespecting her. She's gonna make the proper plans to get you the fuck on out of there. So obviously, just put things in the proper perspective and talk to them like they kids or something, because I don't know. I mean, for you to have your own business, you went through college, I assume, and you've been through the real world, at least in regards to the education system. And for you to come on national television talking about you want to give all that up to pursue twerking because you saw a girl that's a decade younger than you, who I'm assuming has a body, is now making money, 6 figures, twerking. And now you want to give up your job and pursue the same thing. I mean, it goes to show your lack of judgment, your lack of discernment. You're really a joke, and I feel sorry for any so-called black man that's working under this woman. All right, with that being said, y'all be easy, y'all be safe, and y'all make sure y'all peep the game.